You mentioned you went through suicidal ideation. What was that experience like for you, and how did you combat it?
I struggled with suicidal thoughts and feelings at age 12, 13. I was in middle school. And I remember I went to my room after school and I would just go and cry into my pillow, lock my doors because I didn't want people to see or hear me cry. And it was really, really difficult. And I thankfully was able to talk myself down, to, calm myself down. But something that was of support back then to that was music, especially a song "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga was had just came out around that time, and it was something that really was able to reaffirm that who I was okay. And it seems like it's something so small, and it may be cliche, but sometimes all people need is to get a message of support and acceptance somewhere. For me, it was that song that reaffirmed me that who I was okay, and that made me want to stay and be myself and fight. And it's something that changed my life. But it was really difficult to have those suicidal thoughts and feelings, especially at a young age, and not know who to go to or even what mental health was. I think it's so important to realize that for many communities, especially underserved communities, we don't even know the jargon that we use with mental health. We may not even know what mental health is or looks like. It's easy for some of us to assume that everybody knows what depression is, what it looks like, but that's not the case for everybody. And now I try and approach the work that I do with that mindset of meeting people where they're at and just really reiterating that there's resources and support out there.
Thank you for sharing all of that.
I've done a lot of things I'm proud of, but it doesn't take away that I still struggle sometimes. And we know that recovery isn't linear, but it's about, as you said, tapping into those things that are really of support to us and really utilizing our toolbox to support ourselves and to talk to people when we're struggling.
For sure. Thank you for saying that. And one thing that's super important that I've learned from hearing other people speak and from therapy is when it comes to suicidal ideation, it's really important to come up with one of two or two lists. One, which are what are things I can do right now when I'm feeling suicidal? And it could be things like cook a meal or call a friend or go for a walk, like just self care tools and things that are creative and is positive for our mental health in a list. So when we feel like we're at a loss of what to do for ourselves, we have this go to place of like, oh, these things 1 to 10 are always helpful to me and shift my mood. And then another thing is a list of reasons to live. So this could be as simple as my family, my relationship, my job, which has meaning because I am giving back to the community. Whatever reason you can think of that you have a purpose on this earth that makes you feel connected to being part of reality as we all are meant to be here, whatever makes you feel connected to yourself and feel worthy, which we all are. That's important to have a list just to go to when we're having those thoughts.